Hi, I'm Todd Breyer. So, what supplements do you take to help yourself with fibromyalgia? I'm going to share a little bit from my experience because I've seen a lot over the years. I've been involved in the health and wellness arena for 30 years now, specifically marketing supplements and products that really help people for the last almost 24. And I've seen a lot of cool stuff happen. But one thing you have to be clear about is there's no miracle. I mean, there's lots of people out there trying to sell miracle cures, and there isn't any, right? There's no such animal. This typically, when you're dealing with an autoimmune issue, it's deeply rooted. It's something that's taken a long time to get to. It didn't happen overnight, and often it was some sort of nutritional deficiency or lifestyle issue that caused it to happen in the first place. Now, I've never had fibromyalgia. I did have some autoimmune issues of my own years ago. I have been very close to many people who have struggled with fibromyalgia, many of which have gotten better and now live active lives. But again, I'm not talking about cures. I'm talking about what to do to help yourself be better. But I can tell you that taking the right things can make a huge difference. I'm in much better health at 58 than I was at 28. And a lot of it is attributed to knowing the right things to take and use and using them. So first thing for fibromyalgia, before we even get to supplements, is food. You gotta really manage the food that you intake. You've got to eat clean, because that's a big part of the issue. You can't eat processed foods. I mean, processed foods are they're just about poison. I don't want to say they are poison, but they're really not good. They're full of toxins and chemicals and stuff that makes your body go, "Ooh, what is that?" Right? That's essentially what happens. And so you want to follow a clean eating diet. There are a lot of different ones out there. The one that I prefer is called LOGI, which is low glycemic and insulinemic. It came out of Harvard many, many years ago. It was popularized in Europe. It's a great way to eat. Very simple too. But again, there's lots of different ways. The key is you want to get a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. And your fruits, you want them to be lower on the glycemic index. Actually, the glycemic load, not the index. Most people are worried about the index. The index is not that big a deal. The load is what dictates how much of an insulin impact it has in your body, and that's the thing that causes the issues. So there are lots of you can Google glycemic load for practically any fruit, and you don't have to worry about it for vegetables for the most part, but fruits. But you need to eat lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. You need to get a lot of good healthy fats, really good healthy fats. And then you need to get the right kinds of proteins. And you want to be conscious to get grass-fed when it comes to red meat, wild-caught when it comes to fish, and free-range when it comes to poultry, right? You want to try to stay away from the more industrialized protein sources, because those are full of toxins. And you need to avoid toxins as much as you possibly can. So that's a little bit about food. And then water. Water is your friend. You need to drink lots of clean water. Pure water. Can't stress enough, at least 3 liters a day, maybe more. You'll know your body, but you got to put a lot of good water in your system. And then supplements. So for supplements, I'm going to give them all to you, and then you can figure out how to put them together, or you can email me, and I'm happy to share what I refer and recommend to people. But again, no cure. This is not about cure. This is about giving your body what it needs, right, to naturally work on it, because your body is pretty amazing. And when it gets the right resources, it can do pretty good stuff. So you need a fruits and vegetables supplement, because no matter how many of those you eat, you're probably still not going to be able to eat enough. You need a good baseline vitamins and mineral supplement. You've got to make sure that your body has its basic stuffs, right? That vitamins and minerals are involved in every interaction in your body. Everything. Your body can't work without them, right? That's why there's recommended daily values, because if we don't get certain vitamins and minerals, actually all the essential ones, if we don't get them at least minimum levels, we will have deficiency diseases, right? Which are devastating. And so the reason for that is because now the body cannot do something it has to do to keep you alive. That's basically the gist, right? So you've got to have vitamins and minerals that do everything. Everything that happens requires them. And then you need fiber to help pull the toxins out of your body, to help keep yourself cleansed. And we're not getting nearly enough fiber. The average American gets like 10 or 11, 12 grams of fiber a day. which is like 30% of what you need. And so important to supplement that. And then probiotics, so you have a healthy digestive tract. Again, given the proliferation of antibiotics and all the toxicity that you're exposed to on a daily basis in the environment and some of the foods, etc., your gut has been pretty devastated. And so you have to put stuff back in there to help it be healthy, because you can't properly use whatever you put in if that area is not healthy, because that's where it all happens. Right, so that's the beginning. Then you need extra omega-3 fatty acids, because they are critical to so many functions in your body, and particularly your heart and your brain. Also the inflammation, reducing impacts of them. And then higher levels of vitamin D. It's really interesting if you look at a map, and you can Google this too. If you look at a map of the prevalence of fibromyalgia around the world, you will notice that at the equator there's none. There's none because of all the vitamin D. And then if you look as you get farther away from the equator, you start to see the concentrations of fibromyalgia. So obviously there's a significant correlation between vitamin D. And then you want to get higher levels of antioxidants in your diet and in your supplements. And you also want to get higher levels of enzymes. Both of these help with inflammation. Antioxidants help to reduce the amount of inflammation that's occurring, and enzymes reduce the amount that does occur. And so when you can get additional levels of that, interesting things happen. Suddenly things that were hurting don't hurt, right? Again, we're not talking about cure. We're talking about managing it in a healthy way, as opposed to trying to manage it through pharmaceuticals, which, cause other problems, right? Pharmaceuticals are great for trauma, right? Trauma, or if you're in a life-threatening situation, then it's, we're really grateful to have them, but you don't want to rely on them for a quality of life. They're not built that way. That's not what they're about. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you would like my recommendations, feel free to email me. My email is below, tburrier@gmail.com. And I'm happy to share with you anything I know or any product recommendations. But again, I'm a part of a company that makes phenomenal supplements. So I'm certainly going to tell you about those, but never from a salesy or promotional perspective. I respect your right to choose what's best for you. All right. So I hope that this was helpful for you.